Well, hello. Welcome to a new episode with Ankara. And yes, today we're gonna go a little bit in English, and there's a good explanation for that. And it's that actually today I'm working for a school project. So I'm gonna use this platform to teach you a little bit and also to get some credit. So today's topic is completely related to my career, and it's really fun because of all this COVID-19 situation, our professor gave us the opportunity to present a project in a different format. So what I'm gonna do today is try to introduce you to some issues in the fashion economics related to current events and what are we expecting. But let me explain you a little bit more. I'm gonna be looking towards that way because that's where all my information is. And yes, today we're gonna look a little bit different. So for this project, we need to present a current issue in the fashion business. And what I decide to talk about today is that what are we expecting for this new fashion trends for the next seasons. And of course we're gonna mention COVID-19, but that's not what we're all gonna talk about. More of it's actually gonna talk about what are we expecting to happen with the fashion industry through this uncertainty. So I'm gonna talk about 6 different topics. Those are the 6 different resources that I found for today, and below I'm gonna leave you like all the web pages and all the citation for all that I know Professor likes, and also for you all to go and check on all these articles that I thought were super important and very related to our issues today. So the first thing I want to talk to you about, because my topic is like how is fashion changing through the crisis, and what are theories or outcomes that we're gonna expect after the crisis. I mean, it's I'll go there in a moment, okay? So first of all, I want to talk about our main page, and actually the reason I picked this shirt, it's because Pantone selects the color trends, or they have a really specialized forecasting group that helps us figure out what are going to be the colors for the next seasons, for the year, etc. So first of all, I want to talk about the color of the year, and the color of the year is the classic blue. That's the reason I picked this shirt. But also we have a couple of color palettes that they've been developed for the spring-summer 2021 and the autumn-winter 2020-2021. So I'm gonna put them right here. For our spring-summer 2021, we are gonna have marzipan, peach cobbler, blue ribbon, mauve chalk, and double cream. You'll see these colors, they just look amazing together. And this is a selection of colors selected by Pantone. Then we have the autumn-winter 2020-2021, and our 5 colors are this. We have Aurora, it's kind of a yellowish, a Vermilion orange, Cabaret, that's this bright pink, Sulphur Spring, that is this funky green, and Surf the Web, that it's kind of like a blue violet. After that, I found out this amazing article from this column called Financial Times, and it talks about what's the future of fashion, and it focuses on sustainability. Even though that's not my main topic, it's good to know what are we expecting. Are we expecting more luxurious items? Are we expecting to go from like work clothes to streetwear? I mean, how is it gonna transition? And I mean, I can make a lot of guesses, but what best to have these articles to support my topic. So what this predicts is that the fashion weeks are gonna be smaller, and also, well, the reason is because a lot of designers are not gonna be able to afford. Also, magazines are not gonna have enough money to send their representative to the fashion show. So how is that actually going to affect the whole show? I mean, that's one of the things that we are forecasting at this point. Is like, is it going to be smaller shows? Is it just going to be shows for specific department stores? Like, how is it going to work? So what they're predicting right now is just making them smaller. Most of the fashion shows are actually going to be fulfilled with like influencers, because that's probably the people that's going to be able to reach out to the public. And they're also talking about investing in showroom software. So instead having everything digital. So it will be easier to just, send a link, send a Zoom invitation, send something like that to your representative and show your material. So this will also be good for the industry's carbon footprint, because people will travel less. We're also expecting shopping habits to change. We're going to have less disposable income, so consumers will be more conscious about what they buy. So this is where I was mentioning, are we going to buy less luxurious items? Are we going to buy more sustainable because of the price? So now, not everybody is working so much. So I'm not thinking about buying clothes or makeup, or even though I love it, clearly. But how is that going to affect us? Also, we're expecting to have more online shopping, and it's gonna become more of a habit than we use it currently. We also can compare all this to the recession in 2008. So we're gonna buy more secondhand stuff, less luxurious items. All this is compared or similar to the 2008 recession. So it's very important to see that we're gonna start buying more second-handed items. Another of the articles I found was from the magazine In Style, and the name of the article is American Fashion Change After the Depression, and it's about to reinvent itself again. So what are we expecting in America? First of all, they started this article, and I love it. They started the article mentioning that the new word for this virus is unprecedented. And that's the biggest word that we're hearing with the COVID-19, and it's brought to our economy and our social lives. So clearly our economy is not as stable as it used to be, because so many people is out of work. But also it's good to mention, important to mention that in Europe and China and Asia, they're shutting down companies. So this is also a crisis for the fashion field. So this is a very important point. They mentioned that the Boston Consulting Group predicts that the fashion sales will drop in 2020, and they're predicting lost in revenue about $600 billion. That's how it's affecting the fashion field. Similar issues that had occurred in the past that has had outcomes like this, it's only like the 1918 flu pandemic, the Great Depression, and the Second World War. This article also have a great comparison with the Great Depression and the pandemic flu, and it was that by that time, there's no laundries in the house or washers, so you could only wash by hand. So your undergarments, they were washed almost daily, but your upper garments were not washed daily. So these are things that we had to accommodate through all these issues. For example, the depression, the 1918 flu. People needed to change their habits of cleaning so they could arrange themselves and cope to the situation. All the situation pushed the delicate or fussy clothing and voluminous undergarments out of women's closets and bring slimmer clothing shapes, sturdy fabrics, and colors that don't fade in wash. So those are the changes that were occurring because of the current situation. We also have a great New York Times article that it was written for the Great Depression, and it mentions that many of the wealthiest women who have not yet felt the pinch are dressing more simply than last year, since the felt ostentatious customs is the bad taste these days. So what was big before, it had to become something smaller. Why? Because of a world issue. And the writer of this article closed the whole article by saying, we're probably going back to an aesthetic of scarcity because of the current situation. So they're also predicting the fashion trends to slow down. That means that with lower disposable income, people are gonna buy less for every season. So we have, for example, Donatella Versace, Rick Owens, and a couple of other designers who are looking to slow down the seasons. So this is pretty cool because I think it's very interesting to check how is it going to happen. Maybe do we have too many seasons? I mean, what is the consistency of the seasons? It's around 7 seasons. Maybe we need to have less. Maybe we need to slow them down. Maybe the seasons are going to just step back and we'll go back to seasons after the whole pandemic ends. So it's really interesting to see what's going to happen. Also, we are calling all this work from home outfits. People are wearing more pajamas, sweatpants, or you can just wear a cardigan on top of your sweatshirt, I don't know, whatever, and that's how you have your Zoom call. I mean, let's be honest, what am I wearing right now? I'm wearing sweatpants beneath my nice outfit because that's what's the future it's calling. Another of the articles is from BOF, Business of Fashion. You should follow them on their social media. They're pretty interesting and they have latest trends and latest news about fashion. And they mentioned that Saint Laurent said it's not going to go for the Paris Fashion Week on September. So that's very important. I mean, big designers, big companies, big people in the fashion industry are just stepping back. First, I mean, they're losing money, they have to shut down, their stores are closing. So the demands are going down. So that's the only thing they could do to not go to bankruptcy as long as they can stand up. They're questioning the traditional fashion system. It's more to say that we have too many seasons, as I mentioned before. Maybe we have to just cut it out. And the demands in the major department store has also go south. So what are we expecting from that? The last article I found was also from InStyle, and it's just like giving you the alternative, and they give us like a forecast on what's going to happen with the upcoming seasons, and they give you more as kind of like a forecast after spending our whole days in pajamas and sweatpants, and that they give you like a little list of all the things that might be trending after we lift our house or whenever it goes back to normal. So it's funny because here they have a list of what they suggest we should use in the future. And they're talking about shirt dress, maxi dress over a sweatshirt, layered shirt look, sweater and jeans, cardigans and a midi skirt, button down and white pants, a blazer over a slip dress, a wrap top and a plaid pants, a cardigan and shorts, mini dress and headband, blazer and a sweatsuit, jumpsuit and a colorful sweater. So all this time, jeans and t-shirts, a bottom down and baggy jeans, turtleneck and leggings. So this is what people are expecting to see, maybe outside the house, but we'll see what's the reality whenever this ends. Well, thanks all so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I'll try to upload more things as this goes on. Thank you all for the semester, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.